Art direction is an important element in filmmaking that can make or break a film. Characters and set pieces placed together correctly can immerse the viewer in the world the filmmaker is trying to sell their audience. Hi everyone, I'm Austin Manning, and today I'm going to be taking a look at Akira Kurosawa and his art direction, specifically in his film Seven Samurai. This film means a whole lot to me as I've always enjoyed the legends of the samurai and the history of Japan. Recently, I finished an 80-hour video game called Ghost of Tsushima, which took major inspiration from Akira Kurosawa and the world he built in Seven Samurai. I highly recommend checking it out if you own a PS4 or PS5. Aside from Ghost of Tsushima, there are many other films and video games that take inspiration from his work. If you're a film student, you may hear Kurosawa's work being referenced within lectures. There's so much to learn from him and his films. Akira Kurosawa is a mastermind when it comes to his art direction. What made his film Seven Samurai so brilliant was the way he placed the characters in the environment, which made the film feel realistic. Kurosawa did some heavy research to ensure that the locations, most notably the farmer's village, was as accurate as possible for the time era the film took place. While no film is perfect, Kurosawa did his absolute best to create accurate samurai, villagers, and bandits from his research of that specific time. According to IMDb, under the trivia about Seven Samurai, aside from the challenges of hiring the right actors for the film, creating the set pieces was one of the most difficult challenges. After watching the film, I didn't know that the scene where the Seven Samurai burnt down the bandits' hideout was one of the most challenging parts for Kurosawa and his team, as they had to rebuild the set multiple times to get the correct shots of the structure burning down for the scene. One of his actors even sustained injuries from breathing in the smoke and debris. Seven Samurai was shot in real environments. This was very challenging, especially for scenes such as the finale, which was shot during harsh weather conditions such as snow. Many of the structures of the film were built from the ground up. Kurosawa made sure to create realistic living conditions for the time, which included the clothing for the farmers. Wearing their light clothing made the filming process more difficult, especially during shooting the finale of the film in the winter months. The props weren't too complicated, as there were farmer tools used along with the horses, samurai armor, swords, and spears. Fun fact, the armor the samurai wore was real samurai armor. What I can appreciate most about Kurosawa is his determination to completing his project that he envisioned. No matter the working conditions, he continued to push forward to see his film to completion. Kurosawa wasn't afraid to not cut any corners if it meant keeping his film authentic as possible. I find his determination to be inspiring, especially for me being an aspiring filmmaker. My main takeaway from Kurosawa and his work regarding art direction is that realism can go a long way in filmmaking. While many of our movies today use CGI, green screens, and sets inside buildings, the possibility of filming in the real world is always available.